Hey guys, Ari Maccabee here, and today I'm going to show you guys a little bit about what I do when somebody asks me, is this a scam? So let me share my screen, and I'm actually going to do this live so you guys can actually see it. I'm going to explain what's good, what's bad, what you need to look for. So first off, we just had a post actually. Bjorn actually posted in here this domain, and obviously this domain right now is blocked. So it's instant-profit.co. So first thing I do is I go to this website called viewdns.info. The very first thing I like to do, guys, I like to go ahead and put this in, and obviously I like to do a who is. The reason I do a who is, it tells me some very good information. First off, it'll tell you when the actual domain was created for the very first time. That's important. When a domain has been created for the very first time, that's the purest form of finding out how fresh the domain is, because a lot of times you'll see a domain that was created, say, in 2012, but it just updated in 2019. Why is that? That could be a variety of different things, guys. That could mean that they changed hosting, that they renewed the domain name, that the domain switched hands. That there's a lot of reasons why that happens, okay? But the other thing on here that's very important is this part right here. It says registry expiry date. This is the expiration date of their registration. Now, let me just tell you, legitimate companies don't go in thinking, I just need the domain for 1 year. So when I see a company that has 1 year registration, that is a scary, scary item, guys. I got bad news for you. That scares the shit out of me. And why it scares me is because most of these scams that are quick fly-by-night companies, they just register for 1 year because they don't plan on being here after 1 year, guys. They don't plan on it. So that's a scary thing. The other thing that I'm going to tell you is when you actually take a look at all of this stuff right here, there's a lot of information that's missing, like who owns it, the address. Why is that? It's all hidden, okay? The other thing that you'll find out is this was actually done on DNS1 Namecheap Hosting. This is their server. Now, I already know what this means, but I'm going to show you what it means so you guys actually understand it and you can stop making the same stupid mistakes. So let me come back over here to this tool. The next one you go to is reverse IP lookup, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. It says right here, find all sites hosted on a given server. I'll tell you why this is important, especially if this is a financial company. The one thing I'll tell you is companies that are financial based, they need security. And I got news for you. On a shared server, if I have a website that's not secured and it gets infected with a virus, it can actually crawl into every one of those other viruses on the shared server, or every one of those other sites on the shared server. I know this for a fact because it's happened to me at least 3 times in my life, because I used to have a GoDaddy shared server, or GoDaddy server that I had everything on that one server, and I changed how I operated, and I just started working like a big business. Big businesses, when you do a check, they don't have 1,432 domains registered on this server. They don't own it. They pay $5 a month to basically use a Namecheap server. A lot of these domains on here have nothing to do with them. They're not theirs. It's not secure. Okay, so here's what you found out so far. We don't know who the owner is, red flag. Okay, it's only registered for 1 year, red flag. Okay, and it's got 1,432 domains on the same server it's hosted on. Huge red flag. Guess what, guys? 3 red flags and you're out. So on this company right here, it didn't even pass the most basic test, okay? So if a company doesn't pass this, I'm done. I don't even check any further because I already know it's full of shit. I already know the company is just a scam. It's not going to be here. It's a fly-by-night company, and if you join it, you're going to lose money. And if you don't lose money, you're going to steal money from somebody else who loses money, because that's the way it works, unfortunately, guys. Okay? Now, keep in mind, I've been victim to these scams. I've had people on my team be victim to these scams. I don't promote them. They piss me off. That's why I created this group, to call it out and identify what something is. But the other thing, guys, that you're going to find out in some of these deals is when you take a look at them, you can actually take a look at the comp plan. And the comp plan itself, guys, will actually tell you a lot of information. So let's take a look and see if this one will actually load real quick while I'm on this. It may or may not, guys, but the reality is these HIPS programs, basically where they pay you guaranteed % per day, every single day, They don't give you any proof of work. That's how you know it's a HIP, guys. Look, if it has a set rate where they're paying you daily, it doesn't have any fluctuation because it's not based on trade results, that's a red flag. I gotta have proof of work. And the problem is for these companies, you don't have it. And so this deal right here, it's so funny. It says it was running 1,313 days. Well, we already know this is a red flag and a lie because they only registered the domain in 2019. There's 365 days of the year. So guys, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. These deals are getting easier and easier to spot. I want you to understand one thing. I don't call the companies that you post in this group a scam without good reason, okay? I've called over 150 company scams. I've never been wrong on a single program that I've ever called out. I've missed 7. I've been wrong on 7, and unfortunately, I joined those 7. And I got news for you. That's why I buckled down. At the end of 2017, when I got burnt, my team got burnt, guys, I buckled down and I told myself, I'm not joining this bullshit anymore. I'm going to start calling it out. So, sorry, look a little ragged, guys. I've been running around all day. We just got back in. But I want you to understand, I'm here to help you. I'm in your corner. I'm not here to see you guys get ripped off. If a company's solid and it's good and you try to post it in the group, I'm going to remove it. The other thing is, from now on, guys, if you post something in the group and you haven't checked it according to this video by doing a whois check on viewdns.info and you haven't done a reverse IP lookup on viewdns.info, I'm just going to delete it. Because here's the thing. These are the basics. If you can do these things, you can actually take a screenshot of those 2 things, guys, and you can share that with your post, letting everybody know it's a scam. You don't need to ask if it's a scam. You already know because it didn't pass the basic checks. Real companies will always pass those basic checks. If you don't believe me, go find a real company out there. And I don't mean a company that's just paying, because here's the thing. Scams pay until they don't. And that's the problem for most of us, guys. We get caught up in this thing where, oh my God, it's paying. Yeah, it's paying, but right now it's paying, but tomorrow it may not pay. Look at Plus Token. It paid until they stole $3 billion. Okay? Look at Crypt Trade Capital. It paid until they didn't pay like $180 million. So the reality is there's a lot of these companies that are stealing money, and the only way to do it, guys, is call a spade a spade. That's why I do it. If it feels like I'm hurting you or I'm beating you up for it, you know, like Hendrik, I just kicked you out of the group because you tried to say Crowd1 is a legit company because it's paying. That's a crock of shit. I'm not allowing any of that stuff in the group, guys. I only allow reality, okay? Truth. So I don't care what your personal opinions are. They don't matter to me. I sit in this little condo right here, this little chair, and make 7 figures a year doing it legit. And you can too if you pay attention and you listen. See you on the next video, guys.